Hello and welcome to another episode of Rob's Ramblings here on the Bucks and Six channel. And today at the Brown Table of Sports Card Collecting, I'm going to revisit a concept that I had done maybe a month ago or so, and that was when I did an episode on card pairings. One of my favorite episodes I've done. I really enjoy taking cards that are base cards or parallel cards and matching them with cards with the same photo or with a similar photo or with a real strong connection. And I like to display those cards together and those card pairings. I don't know, it's one of those things in the hobby that I enjoy doing. And I seem to have gotten a fairly positive response when I did this episode the first time. So we're going to take another shot at it and do another episode where I pair some cards together. You can see I got 3 stands out today, and that's just because some of my groupings have 3 cards. Most of them are just 2. But without any further ado, let's get into it, and we'll start with this pair of cards, which really are not any different from each other on the front. This actually is a card I showed recently on the channel already because this was part of a care package that I received from Card Wolf. The one on the left, the Teddy Higuera All-Star, is a card that Card Wolf sent to me that I am going to be sending on to my brother, Big Al, because he is a big Teddy Higuera fan. And the one on the right is just a card that I had in my collection in Top Loader Land. And at first glance, they don't look any different from each other. But if we flip them over, we'll see that the cards definitely have different looks on the back. Maybe I'll just put those up in the background there. The one on the left has got a Bob Ojeda back. That's the error card that Card Wolf sent to me. I'm sending that one along to my brother Al, and the one on the right was just my card from my personal collection that has just the standard back. So that first card pairing is kind of unique. An error version of Teddy Higuera from I don't even know if I mentioned 1987 Tops is the set from that one. Now, speaking of my brother, he's going to roll his eyes when he sees this next pair because I am somewhat of a strange collector of a player by the name of Cole Calhoun. He had not a super awesome career in the major leagues, but he had a solid career. But I ended up being somewhat of a collector of Cole Calhoun, not because he ever played for any of the teams that I cheer for in the major leagues, but because he played for a Northwoods League team that I watched several years while he was in college. And so here is the 2022 Cole Calhoun base card. And I came across also this other version of that card. It's 2022 Pink Sparkle Parallel. So I ended up having this card pairing, and one of my favorite players, very obscure player, not too many people know, but he did win a Gold Glove one time for the Angels. So he had a nice career, stuck around, hit some home runs in the major leagues. So there's Cole Calhoun, 2022. Next one is another card that I showed recently on the channel because Card Wolf is part of the care package that he sent me. He sent me this card, this Robin Yount Stadium Club from 2021. And it's a fantastic photograph. Just love the way he's kind of floating in midair. And I like to pair that with the same card, but it's in chrome. And you can see that it's got that chrome treatment. It's got a kind of the rainbow coloring to it and the light. And just love that image of Robin Yount. And this is the Stadium Club Chrome version. So we got both of those cards together. Love showing those off. Love that photo. Thank you, Card Wolf, for sending me the base card. I actually didn't have the base card. I only had the Chrome version. So now I've got the pairing and I can display them together. So the next pair I have is, again, this is another card that I know if you watched every one of my videos, you've probably seen some of these cards before, but this next card is a hockey card, and I know I showed this particular card when I did my initial hockey card episode, and this is, you can see it's a graded card. I sent this one in to get graded. Let's see if I can get that grade on on the screen. It's 2021-22 Skybox Metal Universe Precious Metal Gems Brock Besser card. And I realized that not only do I have the PMG, I have the base card. And I actually didn't even realize that I had the base card that goes along with it until recently. So I've been super proud of having the PMG, but in top loader land, you can see I found the base card, same photograph, but much different look to the two cards. Really love the PMG, but the base card looks really sharp too, in that Skybox Metal Universe kind of look that only they produce. Love that card pairing. It's Brock Besser, one of my favorite current Canucks. The next pairing I have is of the 1974 Topps Hank Aaron card number 1. I've always loved the story that kind of goes along with this card. I'll put both of these cards up. That's the traditional vintage card, and then I also have the 1986 Turn Back the Clock version of it, and that's got a little bit of glare. I'll get that out of the glare, but the story goes behind this is Topps was very bold, and they predicted that Hank Aaron was going to break Babe Ruth's record before he actually did it, because this card comes from the 1974 Topps set that they produced, and he didn't break the record until April of 1974. So they were banking on the fact that he was going to break the record, and they went ahead and produced this card before he had actually done the deed and broke the record. So love displaying those two cards together. The next pairing I have both came from top loader land, and this actually is going to be a foreshadowing of a pairing I have later on in the video. But this is from the 1985 Donruss set. This is Dwight Gooden's Donruss rookie card and Dwight Gooden's Leaf rookie card. Same picture, same photograph. Only difference is, see, this is from the Donruss set, and this is from the Leaf set with the Leaf logo up there in the top corner. When I was a kid, I was a big fan of Dwight Gooden. Not really sure why. I was latched onto him. He was never really played for a team that I cheered for, but Doc Gooden ended up being a guy that I collected quite a bit as a kid. So have those two cards to go together. And my next two, these are not the same photograph. They're not even the same player. But if you look real close, I think Paul Mulkeski and Jack Sikma actually are the same person. This is from the 1989-90 NBA Hoops. And again, these are cards that I was given to me by my friend Card Wolf. The Paul Mulkeski I had myself, but Card Wolf sent me the Jack Sikma recently in his care package, and these two cards, I just love them. These two guys were two of my favorite Bucks when I was a kid back in the 80s, and I couldn't resist throwing those two into this card pairing episode today. My next pair is another thing I love to pair together. It's from Stadium Club. Stadium Club, you're going to notice Stadium Club has made some appearances in a lot of my videos. I just love the photography in Stadium Club. And this next card is no exception. And I love to pair the regular Stadium Club cards with their gold minted counterparts. So this is Christian Yelich from 2023. This is the gold minted version, and this is the base card version. That's a cool photograph of Christian Yelich. Love that the gold minted card just kind of has that shine look to it. But the base card, I love the color photograph just as much. So to have these two cards together, being able to display them together is really fun for me. So next one is a trio of cards. And I know I've shown these before, but I don't know that I ever showed all of them together. But this is another Robin Yount. This is an Alan Ginter card from 2022. And I've got three versions of it. The first one is just the base paper card. And then the next one is a numbered version of it. This is the Chrome card. And it is numbered to 150. It's number 79 of 150. But it's got that kind of blue parallel shine to it. And then I also have the same card in the mini version. So I'd love to display those three cards together. Robin Yount, again, if you're familiar with my channel, he's one of the players I kind of super collect. I have a lot of Robin Yount in my PC. So these three cards, love the look of those three together. So moving on, another one that I have shown. I know I've shown both of these on the channel through my first several months. I've got some cards that I've kind of repeated, and I try not to do that too much. But these two cards I know I've shown, but I've never shown them together. And they have the same image on them. So this is my Bob Uecker 1963 Topps. It's the only Bob Uecker card that shows just him on the card as a Milwaukee Brave. So that is probably my favorite Uecker card. I do not own the Uecker rookie card. I would love to own it, but it's really expensive, and I just don't like the look of the way that his rookie card looks with several cutout heads floating. It's just not the sharpest looking card from 1962. And then I compare that now with this card, which is a recent pickup that I made. This is a Mattingly Alexander custom card. I'm normally not huge into custom cards, art cards, but this one I couldn't resist. It's just one of my favorite human beings in the sport of baseball was Bob Uecker. I grew up listening to Bob on the radio for literally 50 years of my life, and just really had a rough time coping with his passing a year and a half ago, and so I've collected him my entire life. But since his passing, I've made a more of an effort to kind of snag some things that remind me of the man. So those two cards I love displaying together, and this one made it to Slab City. All right, my next pairing is another one. This is a Slab City card, recent pickup. I think I've shown this one when I first made my slabs, the Slab City slabs. You can labels, you can see. This is a 1983 Topps Robin Yount All-Star card that is a buyback. And I, of course, after getting the buyback, I had to go and dig out my regular base version of it in my Top Loaderland box. So now that I've got the buyback slabbed up in Slab City, I can display it with the regular non-buyback version from my childhood collection. So really cool card. Love that buyback. And if you don't like Robin Yount, my apologies. But the next card is another Robin Yount. This is a trio of Robin Yount cards. And it starts with the 1987 Topps. And I've got this in a PSA 7 version. So really beautiful card. I have always loved this photograph of Robin Yount. Strangely, bunting. He won multiple MVP awards, not because of his bunting, but this just shows that you can have a wide range of skills in your skill set, and bunting can be part of it, and you can still win MVP awards. So that card I have paired with two other cards from totally different sets. This next one is from a 2025 Shoebox Treasures set. This is kind of a set that I really enjoy. A lot of people don't, though, and I don't really understand why. I've seen a lot of negative feedback on these cards. People don't seem to like it's a watercolor painting rendition of vintage cards, and I really, really like them. Particularly when I compare it with the vintage version of the card that it is replicating. And so these two cards I love to have together. And then I also discovered, I didn't know that this card existed until recently, but I found this at my local card shop. And that is a 2008 Topps Triple Threads card that is numbered to 240. I don't know if I can get that into the frame at the bottom. You can see it's numbered 164 out of 240. But all three of these cards feature the same image of Robin Yount bunting. And really like those three cards together. And of course, Robin Yount, one of my favorite players. So love those three cards. All right, the next pairing I have, again, comes from the same Shoebox Treasures set. I picked up just a few of these when they came out just a little while ago, but this is tipped it over. Knew that was going to happen at least once. This is the Randy Johnson rookie card. Features the 1989 Topps Randy Johnson, and then of course, the Shoebox Treasures watercolor painting to go along with it. Love these two cards. Randy Johnson, again, one of my favorite players from back when I was a kid. I've told some stories about him on the channel. I won't rehash all of it now, but yeah, really enjoy Randy Johnson. And then I have a third one from that Shoebox Treasures set that I picked up. And this is the 1983 Topps Wade Boggs, Hall of Famer Wade Boggs. This 83 Topps set has those three famous rookies, the Boggs, the Sandberg, and the Gwynn. And they decided to make this Wade Boggs out of that Shoebox Treasure set. And so when I saw that, I did not hesitate picking it up. These Shoebox Treasures cards are not expensive at all. But I just think that they're cool, the way that those watercolor paintings replicate the original card. So pick that one up. And now I have one last pairing to show you. And this last pairing is kind of a birthday present that I gave to myself. I don't typically spend a whole lot of money on cards. And very rarely do I spend this much money. And so this is a pretty big card for me. I know that spending is relative depending on what everybody's budget is, but I showed the one version of this card recently on an episode where this 1985 Donruss box bottom Dwight Gooden card is his rookie card from the box bottom version. I showed earlier in the episode on the regular version of the Dwight Gooden Donruss rookie card. So this card I showed off when I had my graduation ceremony. It was graduating from One Touch Town into Slab City, and I got it into the Slab City label. And then for my birthday, I bought myself this card. And this is another Stadium Club card. But this is a Stadium Club rainbow foil board. So if you're not familiar with these are all numbered to 25. So you can see up in the corner there, this one is numbered 10 out of 25. And it's got that just beautiful shine to it. If you see it in the light, it's got that rainbow coloring to it. Get my hand out of the way, see it a little bit better in the light. And this is the same. Well, not the same. It's very, very close to the same image from the original one. You can see on this one, the ball is a little bit higher up in the air. Here, the ball is a little bit lower. This one, Dwight's fingers were just still kind of palms to the sky. And this one, Dwight's fingers have curled up a little bit. So they're not the exact same photo, but they're clearly taken within a few moments of each other. So the Topps Stadium Club card came out in, I think this was 2015, if I remember correctly. But I always loved this card growing up, being that it was special from the box bottom. It wasn't from a pack. And then when I became aware of the existence of this card, I definitely wanted to get one. And then when I saw that there was a rainbow foil board version of it for sale, I bit the bullet and I paid a little bit more than I typically do for a card, and snagged that one too, just because I love the way that these two cards look together. A real sucker for the rainbow foil board cards, and this is just a real sweet treasure from my childhood. So wonderful pairing here to end it. That was my last one. I've been rambling on here for over 20 minutes already. So with that, I'm going to wrap this episode up. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed putting this together. I love looking for those card pairings. So until next time, enjoy the hobby and stay true to yourself.